We're back in New York, baby. Boy Green Daily returns home. Let's go.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I am Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. Welcome back, everybody, and welcome back to New York. No more trips. One of the Bret Michaels concert a couple weeks ago. Hey-oh, where's my hand pointing? Boom! Boom shakalaka. Just came back from Pitt, the Pirates game, seeing the city, beautiful, but it's great to be back in the lovely abode, to see the fam, and to be back in the lovely Boy Green Daily studios. So thanks, everybody, for all the travel, the Haunted Mansion we survived. What a time. What a time. And can't wait to have more of those times. We've got a lot of things coming up. Obviously, we're here in the middle of the summer. June 23rd, it's going to be hot as hell. I don't know where you guys are at, but stay cool. I got the weather warning on my app that said it's going to feel like 118 degrees here in the Syracuse Oswego area. I'm like, good Lord, have mercy. So fans, ACs, they gave warnings about going outside only if you have to, and I do for my radio show. It's our final week this week, our final week of radio. I've been doing radio for the last 10 years, so it's probably going to get a little bit emotional. It's great I'm going to continue doing Boy Green Daily. I'm the digital shows, but it's my final week. I'll still be doing baseball games at night, but doing an actual radio show for the last 10 years, that's coming to an end. So we'll see what that future holds of my radio career. But it's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate you guys all jumping on. As Reese says, let's give a congratulations to OKC. And, of course, our thoughts are with Tyrese Halliburton. Oh, that's brutal. That's awful. And you just saw it on the replay. You see the calf pop. That's an Achilles, man. 100% an Achilles. And you saw, and I tweeted this out, but you saw it. So Tyrese Halliburton, right? He goes to push off it. It pops. He falls down. And as he's falling down, he looks behind me like, who the hell? Who stepped on me? And that is a common response, a body response to an Achilles, because Jermaine Johnson talked about this, that it felt like someone stepped on the back of your leg or tripped you. And you're like, what the hell? And you see no one there, and you're like, shit. And an Achilles, typically. So that sucks for Indiana Pacers fans. And, boy, Tyrese likely out all of next year. And messed up. Good question, Jared B. Why so many Achilles injuries the last several years, specifically this year? There's been more Achilles injuries this year in the NBA than there's ever been in history. I saw that stat on social media. The game was incredibly competitive at the beginning. I mean, it was competitive basically throughout, but I mean, it was competitive at the beginning, like, oh, shit, we're about to have a historic Game 7 here. And then Halliburton goes down. And give credit to the Pacers for, fighting in the moment and showing that chutzpah. That does not surprise me, but that's brutal, man. Brutal. Indiana was fighting for their first championship ever. To have something like that happen is awful. Absolutely awful. So, congratulations to Thunder. Hey, man, you were the best team in basketball all year. You deserve your championship, but sucks for Indiana Pacers fans. There's no doubt about it. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe, whether you're watching live or you watch after the fact on the replay. Appreciate you. Make sure you get those memberships flowing, baby. We only have a couple of days left. As a matter of fact, a week from today. So you have a week from today, June 23rd, till June 30th, next Monday, to submit your raffle tickets in for our contest. And then our new contest begins on Tuesday, July 1st. And also, as Indy says, a lot of people thought Pacers were going to get swept. Maybe a gentleman's sweep. And a devastating injury in Game 7 and a competitive game. So, again, salute to the Pacers. But, yeah, we have a great raffle coming up the rest of this month. So, guys, make sure you submit those. Again, that's the full New York Jets zip-up hoodie, which is terrific. Throw that on the screen real quick. And, of course, the original Jet Zone banner that hung on the very first Well, it wasn't even called Boy Green Day. It was called The Jet Zone, which was my audio podcast that turned video 5 years ago in September for a visual YouTube product that now we all enjoy today, which is beautiful. Also, another shout out to Jets Cowboys, baby. Woohoo! We get Jets Cowboys 228A, baby. New York Jets, Dallas Cowboys, Week 5. All the people that jumped on the train, appreciate you guys so much. These seats are way better than last year. I absolutely love it. We're no longer in the 300s, babies. We are the Jeffersons. We're moving on up, moving on up. And I can't wait to meet all of you guys for the first time or multiple times. If you're a multi-time offender, that'll be great too. So Jets Cowboys tickets 228A, MetLife Stadium, Sunday, October 5th. It's going to be a wonderful time. Can't wait for that. All right, everybody. With all that being said, let's get down to the brass tacks here. Shout out to the New York Jets. They have a panel of reporters, Randy Lang, Eric Allen, Caroline Hendershot, Ethan Greenberg, all these guys. And all throughout the offseason, they answer these interesting questions like, how many, what's Mason Taylor going to finish with? What's this guy going to finish with? And their question this time was, how many total yards and touchdowns will Justin Fields have during the 2025 season? And they have some interesting answers here. And for those who don't know, I am a real big football history nerd, okay? I love seeing history, okay? I love sort of diving into the numbers. And so as they made some of their predictions, I was like cross-referencing it with Jets franchise history. And we got some interesting numbers here. So we'll start off with EA, Eric Allen, right? He was predicted to say everything I just said. And he believes we're going to have a career year from Justin Fields. He says if he starts 15 games, because, injuries could happen, he'll set the floor for 2,625 passing yards and 825 rushing yards. That would be 3,450 on total yards, okay? Here's some interesting numbers about that. If Justin Fields had that season of 2,625 passing yards, okay, he would be 38th best in Jet franchise history, which you may say, like, okay, pass the biscuits, Paul. What does that mean? Well, he would be just above Joe Namath in 1974. And ironically, just below a guy named Al Duro in 1961. Now, you may say, Al Duro, what the hell? Who the hell is that? By the way, hit a Goog search, baby, on Al Duro, because he's going to be a guy that's referenced quite frequently during this Justin Fields season, because Al Duro is the original New York Titans quarterback, but he passed the ball and he ran the ball. And now we're going to be diving into that with this guy. And why I say ironically is that is the guy Justin Fields will be compared to all year long. Now, I don't even know if compared to, but talked about with the numbers. And Eric Allen believes if Justin Fields starts at least 15 games, he's going to get 27 total touchdowns. 27 total touchdowns. And we have over 100 people in the room. It's time for this, folks. No Googling. Okay, I'm going to say that right off the top. No Googling, okay? Be a real man or woman, whoever, I don't judge. But be a real man or woman, okay? We're going to play trivia music. We're going to play a live trivia game right now here on the show, okay? And I will give you this question and ponder. Very person that doesn't exist. Here is the question. Here's the question. Ponder this, folks. Okay. Eric Allen predicted that Justin Fields would have 27 total touchdowns this season. What do you believe is the number of the most total touchdowns by a Jets quarterback in history? It could go back to New York Titans, could go back to New York Jets. What do you believe is the number? Okay. So just start lighting up the comment section. Also, if you're in your cars listening later, just ponder it. Let it marinate. Think about it. Okay. What is the number of total touchdowns? This includes passing, rushing, and I guess receiving if that ever happened with the specific quarterback. What is the number? Okay. Jared B. has 30. Put that on the screen. All right. 30. He believes is the total touchdown number. All right. What is the combined number? Okay. So most total touchdowns a quarterback has ever had in a Jet single season. That combines their passing and their rushing. Okay. Whoa, Barbara with a 55. Okay, that's a little aggressive, Barbara, but I like the cut of your jib. All right. All right. I see a lot of right answers, so I will get to them. Shout out to Kyle Clifton and Eric Hajoshish. I butchered that one. You guys are right. Ding, ding, ding. It is 2 quarterbacks, actually, that have combined for that total. Eric Hajush. Hajush? I'm sorry, Eric, if I'm butchering your last name. Not if. I'm clearly butchering your last name. But here it is. Okay. In 2015, Ryan Fitzpatrick had 33 total touchdowns. Okay. He had the 31 passing, the 2 rushing. But what about this? Eyebrow, 33 total touchdowns. That dude had 26 passing, another 7 rushing back in the 60s. So he is tied. That is the ceiling for the most total touchdown by a Jets quarterback ever. It's Ryan Fitzpatrick, 2015. Again, 31 passing, 2 rushing. Eyebrow, 26 passing, okay, and 7 rushing. Do that math. 33 total touchdowns. Fascinating. I love stuff like that. Thank you, Trivia Music. Appreciate it. And thank you guys for the answers. Eric and Kyle Clifton, you win a big high five, pal. Actually, I'll do this. Eric and, because those are the first I saw answer it correctly. Eric and Kyle Clifton, we'll give you a raffle ticket to our contest. Let's do that. Nice. Thank you very much. You do get that virtual high five that I promised, but I'll also put you down for a raffle ticket. Thank you very much, boys. Good work. All right, let's put you down here on the board. I'll even give you more. Let's give 5 raffle tickets apiece. 5 raffle tickets apiece. So Kyle Clifton, I saw you there. You get 5 raffle tickets, my good sir. And then Eric, who I butchered your last name horrifically, I will add 5 to you as well. Good work, boys. Good work. Absolutely. You guys were first, and I respect that. So 5 apiece. 5 apiece. I love it. Good work. And here's some other fascinating nuggets because, some really fascinating stuff. Real fascinating here on the numbers. Okay. So congrats again to Eric and Kyle Clifton. Okay. So here's some of the other quarterbacks sort of in the conversation, right? Here's some of the other quarterbacks in the conversation. So Eyebrow, 33 total touchdowns. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 33 total touchdowns. Mark Sanchez, and I remembered this one just off the top of my head. I remember it, 2011. Mark Sanchez, 32 total touchdowns in 2011. 32 total. Yeah, the 26 passing, the 6 rushing. I remember just like I used to trot that stat out when people said, "Hey, screw you, Sanchez." I'm like, "Hey, man, he had 32 total touchdowns in 2011." I just remember using that as a stat, and it is true. Here's another one, Vinny Testaverde, baby. 30 total touchdowns. I believe that was during the 1998 season. So there you go. There's a couple of the guys that are in the conversation. Fitzpatrick, 33. Eyebrow, 33. Sanchez, 32. Vinny Testaverde, 30. And Eric Allen's projection was 27. But I see a lot of you believe that Justin Fields will break that record. Look, Indy Jets believes that. And he'll have a lot of, I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Fields is hovering around double-digit touchdowns. So factor that in, potential Breece Hall fantasy football owners. You might be vulturing some action. So that could be happening. Yeah. But some interesting nuggets here. Now, I'll tell you this. Barbara's like, I heard the question wrong. Well, I'm an idiot. I realized that I didn't really sort of lay that in there at the beginning. I sort of butchered the announcement, and then I sort of said it, and then you guys were pouring in numbers. So, Barbara, you were excused. Oh, you were going forever. Oh, I see. Right. Yeah, that much better guess. That's on me. I'm an idiot for how I asked that. And I would say this. Let me add this in. Right. So all of these rushing projections that we'll get into from this list, and the full link is down below for NewYorkJets.com. You guys can read that article. It's down on YouTube below. I have it directly linked. But the rushing numbers are going to annihilate history. Eyebrow has the most rushing yards by a New York Jets / New York Titans quarterback all time. It's like 453 yards. In the modern era, it's Geno Smith with 366 in 2013. But all of the projections, like in this article, are like 825, 700 plus, and they annihilate the previous numbers. So Field should absolutely, by the end of this season, barring something unforeseen, should have that as well. Yes. Indy Jets believes throws for 30 plus, rushes for 5 plus. I want to just tell you this right now, Indy. There is nothing I would rather have more than anyone on the planet beating Ryan Fitzpatrick's passing number. The 2015 year was special. You know, you had 2,000-yard receivers, you had a 1,000-yard running back, you had a double-digit sack pass rusher, and Fitzpatrick had all these wonderful passing things. But the way it ended in 2016 left a horrific taste in my mouth. The way it ended in 2015 left a horrific taste in my mouth and just sort of destroyed the whole vibe, which the season was awesome. And Ryan Fitzpatrick was this tough son of a gun. I remember the Houston game. You know, he was clearly concussed and somehow stayed in the game. And you know, he rallied the fans, had all these goofy moments throughout the season, but like, you know, I don't know, man. I don't remember Fitzpatrick fondly. But you know, that's neither here nor there. So I would love for Fields to destroy it, basically. Jared B says, how many total touchdowns have the Jets ever scored? I'll have to do some more research into that. I'll have to do some more research. I love the numbers, though. Harlem-born, Bronx bred said, oh, Al Duro. Oh, he thought he was talking about a singer, perhaps. Barbara said, I'm surprised Vinny is nowhere up there. Vinny is. He has a 30 total touchdown. He didn't have a ton of rushing. It was just a lot of I believe in that season, if I have my memory correctly, he had 29 passing touchdowns in 1998 and 1 rushing touchdown, which got him to the 30 total. So, yeah, Vinny Testaverde, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Al Duro, Mark Sanchez. Those are the top 4 that I was like cross-checking the numbers, single-season passing compared to single-season rushing. Those are the 4 highest in Jet franchise history. A tie for first, Sanchez, then Vinny Testaverde. Who would have had that on the bingo card? Not many, I believe. Not many. So we'll see if Justin Fields can stay healthy. Obviously, that's a prerequisite to getting some of these numbers. But good guesses, everybody. Good guesses. Danny in real life, our resident Buffalo Bills fan on Twitter. This is sad. This is putting an exclamation point on the poor history of NYJ quarterbacks. Hey, man, look over at Chicago Bears land. They've never had a 4,000-yard passer, man. So it gets worse around the league. But, hey, man. Yeah, there you go. And less games, right. As Jared B says, some of these numbers include, like, Namath and some of these other guys that have obviously less games to play with. So, there you go. But a lot of good guesses out there. Good guesses. Way to get involved. You all get your participation trophy for today's show. Appreciate you. All right, let's give some more of these numbers. Troy Sturder said he'd be happy if Justin had 25 or 20 to 25 touchdowns, I assume is what he's saying. Yeah. All right. Ooh, okay. Trivia time for me. Oh, wow. Here we go. All right. I will also say that. So let's. Here's a question for me. Comment section because I'm playing the music. It's a different page on StreamYard, so I can't see. Even if you guys are helping me, I can't see it. Jared B asks, Paul, I have the total number of touchdowns. Take your guess. No Google. Of how many total touchdowns that Jets offense has had. The most ever, I assume, is what he's saying. The total number of most touchdowns the Jets have ever had. You guys will learn this because my radio show, as I mentioned, is going away this week. Off AM radio. And then we're transitioning to full-time digital. And one of the things we do on Fun Fridays is play a trivia game. And we've done it every summer. So we do these trivia games, Jeopardy, this, that, or the other. And you guys could get involved on that. That'll be a lot of fun. That'll be the Man Shut Show Boy Green digital YouTube channel. Just at MC Show Digital. Make sure you guys subscribe over there. And they asked, I can't believe I'm extending this story by telling it here, but when I'm an idiot, I don't mind sharing that I'm an idiot. Okay. I was asked, how tall is the Statue of Liberty? And I'm like, Statue of Liberty? I'm like, I don't know. I've never seen this thing. And also, I have no real, just to try to help me sell it to you guys, I was asked on a final trivia question, Paul, how tall is the Statue of Liberty? And I'm like, I've never seen the Statue of Liberty. I don't know. I'm like, and I'm terrible with measurements. I don't know. How tall is a skyscraper? I don't friggin' know. And so I said 10,000 feet. I don't know, maybe. And then everyone in the room starts laughing. And I'm like, what? I don't know. 10,000 feet? They're like, Paul, you're an idiot. Like, it's like 400 feet or something, or 600 feet. I don't even remember. I should probably remember now what it is. And I guess 10,000 feet, and I look like a total idiot. And that happened a bunch of years ago on the show. So they're definitely going to bring that back up on the new show when we're starting Fun Fridays. So with that being said, I just want to set it up that there's a chance I'm an idiot once again. All right, let's do some math here. Okay, let me just, I'm going to get the phone out and do some math. All right. Yeah, so it obviously hasn't happened recently, so it's not the 17-game era. So this would probably be a 16-game era thing. Like 2015, I'd imagine would have to be pretty high on that list. But 16 games, let's say like 3 touchdowns a game. That'd be 48 touchdowns. That's what the math says. All right, I don't know. I'll go. Boy, the most the Jets have ever had. It's got to be more than 21 points. It's got to be like, I don't know, 55? 55. Ooh, lock it in. 55. That's my guess. I did. Give it to me, Jeremy. 55. I don't know. Is it 55? Am I close? Oh, it's 150 feet. Wow, I am an idiot. I see. Yeah, I even got that wrong. I'm an absolute moron. All right. 55. I'm waiting for Jared B. to get that right. Anything happen there? All right. As we wait. The total all time. Right. Oh, like every touchdown ever scored, Jared B. Is that what you're saying? Or you're saying like total, the most they've ever had in a single season? No, I'll wait for that response here before I answer. Yeah, total, like every touchdown ever scored. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. Sorry for saying the Lord's name in vain there. I don't freaking know. Good night. Every touchdown ever since 1960. Good Lord. I go back to the calculator. All right. Let's see. Team's been around. Okay. 24. Is that what he's saying? All the touchdowns ever. Good Lord. All right. All right. So I don't know what I just did. I'm an idiot. So 64 seasons, some odd. 64 times. There's been some horrific seasons. I don't know. 250. I don't know. 250 touchdowns. Probably higher. Wait a second. Wait. No, wait. That's not my final answer. I'm an idiot. It's like everyone ever. That means you have to count all the all-time people. So that would be. Oh my God, this is a question. Yeah, my number's way too small. I'm an idiot. I wasn't thinking right. So every touchdown ever scored, catching, rushing, passing. Wow. Okay, but like, oh, this is going to be another Statue of Liberty. I'm about to be an idiot again. I can feel it in my loins. Oh, good Lord. All right, I'll go with some stupid number because I'm an idiot. 650. 650. I don't know. The calculator helped me nothing. I thought that would help me. All right, 650. What is it? 650. Oh, and postseason? Oh, Jesus. Okay, I don't know. I'll still say 650. I didn't know it was postseason too, but whatever. 650. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's 2,259. Okay, well, I'm a moron. All right, there you go. Well, there you have it. Wow. Okay, that may be the dumbest answer I've ever given. But I also didn't know that it included postseason as well. So that sort of seems like that's cheating. But I guess in all reality, that's only considering like 20-some-odd games. So, all right, there you go. Thank you, Jared B., for that random trivia. Appreciate it. Sure, in the middle of June, why the hell not? Why the hell not? All right, wow. Fun trivia there. Excellent. Easy says you skydive from 10,000 feet, you knucklehead. I did not know that either. I'm not sure. But that makes more sense. Now, again, I said I was an idiot. And apparently 150 feet. Shout out to the 185. Love this Jets talk, boys and girls. Happy Monday. Shout out to the 185. And make sure you guys join the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. That's a pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. All right. Join our YouTube membership group. It's only $2.99. You get access to our custom emojis made by Jets Worldwide, which is awesome. You also get access to our Discord channel. We get to talk Jets well beyond the show. That's always a lot of fun. Plus, you get a loyalty badge next to your name, baby. Nothing beats that. Hey, some memberships are raining. Check your weather report. Paul Taxta getting involved. You love to see it, baby. Hit those chimes. And every time we get 5 memberships or more at once, we must do a little bit of this action. Thanks, Paul Texter. You got 5 more raffle tickets to the Boy Green Gosh Darn Coffee Club. And let me see my quick sheet here. All right, that's your first 5 raffle tickets of the month, Paul. Appreciate you joining the army, baby. Booyah for this month. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's read these 5 new members of the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to Paul Texter, baby. All right. Okay. All right. These 5 new members are Big Country 87, 25, my jersey number in high school, J Quest 57, Mark York, and Jersey Jets. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Yeah. Let's ride, baby. Shout out to Paul Texter. Let's keep it raining, baby. Let's keep it raining. For like you said, I just read it was 40 for one season. That's 2024. Is that possible? Well, I guess, right, because Aaron had like whatever he had, 27, 28, and then we had a bunch of rushing. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's a fair number if you add it all up, right? Well, because like receiving wouldn't count twice, right? Like, so Aaron throws 27 touchdowns. While sure, someone caught 27. That's not 27 new ones, but the rushing ones would count separately. So yeah, that makes sense. Or anyone else, right? Like Tyrod Taylor coming in the game, throwing a couple of passing. So yeah, that number sort of makes sense for Lily. Yeah, that makes sense. Sure. Gucci Finesse says, how many years have the Jets been around? 95? No, not that many. They have not been around since the 20s. The Jets came into being as the New York Titans in 1960. They were the Titans in 60, 61, 62. Jets came to be in 63. So that's, whatever that is, 60-ish years, 64 years. I think I did the math. So 64 years are heading into like their 65th year. So no, not 95. That's too many. But yeah, like 65 some odd years, give or take. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, but that 40 number makes sense there for Lily. Okay, here we go. Let's get some more numbers in real quick. All right. Okay, let's go. Let's get some more numbers in here. So, okay, EA had 27 total touchdowns, which again would be up there in Jets history. 2,600 passing yards, 800 rushing yards. That would annihilate. Ethan Greenberg went 28 total touchdowns. Again, would be in that same conversation. It wouldn't surprise me if Fields had at least 7 rushing touchdowns. Very nice. Total yards is difficult to forecast without knowing Tanner Engstrand's plan. Fields had career numbers last year in Pitt, and he could be on the precipice. 3,500 total yards. Okay, that's a pretty good guess from Ethan Greenberg. All right. All right. So Randy, wow. 3,897 passing yards. Jeez, Aloo. That would be amazing. 4,500 total yards. 35 touchdowns responsible for. That would annihilate the all-time record. I don't want to say annihilate. I mean, it would beat it. Wow. Okay, Randy has a bold. We're going to have Randy on the show in a couple weeks for training camps. That'll be fun to have Randy on here. He's a historian, so he'd be a fun guy. 3,800 passing yards. Wow. Justin Fields has never had 3,000 passing yards, let alone like that crazy number like that. Okay. Caroline Hendershot had him at 3,400 total yards. Okay, 10 or more games. Average it out. Oh, she did math. Okay, yeah, that's showing off her Michigan degree. Wow. Okay, so some bold numbers there from the group. Shout out. There you go. Beautiful. All right, some guesses from you guys. All right. Fields 4,400 total yards, 32 total touchdowns. Holy shit, you guys! All right, I like these numbers you guys are spitting out. For Lily says that 40 seems low. Has our offense sucked that bad? You know the answer to that question, for Lily. You know the answer to that question. Incel Alon, a recent new member to the Boy Green Coffee Club, says you guys should be happy with Fields throwing 20-something touchdowns. That'd be great. We've had so many years of not 20-something touchdowns that I would take that. I would absolutely take that. There's no question about it. I would. All right, we got 300 people in the room, guys. Like the video, hit subscribe. Appreciate all the support. And for the first time in days, we're opening up the phone lines, baby. And if you'd like to call into the show, you'd like to get involved, that'll be the pinned comment on youtube.com/boygreen25. So you guys can feel free to call into the show. Again, keep those memberships flowing. We have a new video for Super Chats at Gatormade. So anytime a paid Super Chat comes through, we'll unveil that video and keep rocking with that. Any Uriah Luna wows included on that too, which is beautiful. So keep all that flowing. Again, you guys are competing for a contest for this month, and we already have next month's contest already figured out. So we'll be ready to unveil that on July 1st. I think you guys will unveil whoever the winner was of the June contest on July 1st, and then immediately announce our next raffle, which I will tell you is it is the biggest raffle in Boy Green history coming up in the month of July. So I hope you guys enjoy the crap out of that. It will require special circumstances, and you guys will understand when we get to the month of July. More on that to come. It will require a different level of bidding, but I think you guys will really enjoy it. So without further ado, we'll play a quick Hep song, which I haven't heard in a couple of days, and the phone lines will be open next, right here on Boy Green Daily.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go.
The phone lines are open, baby. YouTube.com/BoyGreen25. Let's bleeping go. And yes, scream one out for Hep. I can't wait to meet Hep in person. That's going to be, there's a bunch of people that are on my list that I can't wait to meet. Hep is on that list. EZ's on that list. Indy Jets is on that list. There's so many people that I've never met. There's some that I've met, and maybe I'll meet a second time, like Snowball. I've met Snowball before. Johnny Boy, I don't think he's going to be at this one, but I've met Johnny Boy before. And there's a bunch of people. I don't want to miss anybody. Woody, obviously, I met last year, which was cool. So Woody's going to be there. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait to meet a lot of you guys. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be great. Yeah, let me pull up real quick this list of people for the tailgate special. This will be great. All right, let's see this. Oh, yeah, let's go through the list. All right, so K-Brock, that'll be cool. Chef Kev, obviously, that's going to be dope. Shout out to Joshua Langley, that's going to be amazing. Jimmy Sags. All right, Luca. Oh, that'll be really cool for Luca. Bubba Badshaw. How could we not? Sure, absolutely. Mahar Khalil. I mentioned Hep already. Lee Van. Yeah, baby. Arthur Sochka. Jamal Brooks. Matt D'Alessio. That's some of Woody's boys coming in. Oh, yeah, DNY for life. That's going to be so cool. I mentioned Indy Jets. I see his real name on here when I'm going through the sheet, and yeah, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if he wants me to call him his real name or Indy Jets. It's sort of weird to see his real name on here. I'm going to be honest. Cole Young, Eric Orango, I met last year, Jets Cowboys. A guy actually is coming from my radio show, Jamie the FedEx guy. You guys are going to meet him, and he is a trip. You guys are going to get to meet him. That'll be cool. Darian, EZ, like I said, Mike Hageman, Joseph Landis, Barbara. Can't wait to meet Barbara. Shad Johnson, Shaquille Jones, James Kennedy. Oh, my God. There's so many people coming to this thing. It is going to be an absolutely elite time, so I can't wait. So thank you, guys. Everybody got 50 strong, baby. It's going to be a good-ass time. I can't wait. All right, let's do this. Let's go to the phone lines. People want to call in. It's been a few days. They need to get their fix. And why don't we start here with Indy Jets, baby, here on the show.
Good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. First off, how about you, man?
I'm
so
sick
all the way
last
there. Yeah, I know you should be. Yeah, please do tell.
But I can say this. I will say this.
Right.
You take out if you were to take out SGA in the first quarter, the Pacers blow OKC out like they did in Game 6. Okay, yeah. We lost by 12 with one of our best defensive players out, and I mean, and obviously he's a hit or miss, offensive, guru too.
Right. Sure.
So we lose by 12. McConnell is not a 28-minute guy. He's great for about 14, 15 minutes to come in and do his thing, and then So, hey, it sucks. It just sucks. How about that? I don't know. It's
the best way to put it.
It kind of reminded me of Rodgers going down and in 4 plays. Here we make it to Game 7, and he goes down in the fourth quarter, or in the first quarter. I mean, and of Game 7, it's just another welcome to being a fan of a team that never can win.
Okay, let me ask you this, Indy. Let me ask you this: which one's worse? Right, beginning of the season, you never see what it is, or end of the season, Game 7.
End of the season. End of the
Is
season.
worse.
Yes, end of the season was worse because you have to, you made it there. I mean, that's the thing. You were there. See, with Rodgers going down, that we weren't guaranteed to make the Super Bowl.
Of course not. Right.
Okay, we were guaranteed Game 7. Making it to the clock saying 0-0-0 at the end of Game 7. That was a guarantee.
That's true.
And so that's where the pain is. When Rodgers went down, it was okay. The season's gonna suck again, and we're used to that.
I guess, but I don't know, man. I feel like I'd go the other way, not knowing what could have been, and forever we're gonna be at a bar going, boy, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't go down, we would have done this. To go all the way to the pinnacle, and it seemed very unlikely that the Pacers, hey, maybe they would have shocked history and did it, but to have it happen to begin a game and everyone goes, well, the Pacers aren't beating the Thunder now. And then
it's like, oh, okay, but picture the Jets making it to the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
With Rodgers that year. And then in the first quarter, in the first 4 plays, Rodgers goes down in the first 4 plays. Because we're there now. We're there now. We're in the Super Bowl. Rodgers goes down in the first 4 plays, and we lose the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
so,
I don't want a
we made it.
Super Bowl
that's
winning
where that
streak going out. That's what we have never lost the Super Bowl. Every time we go, we win. Now we're only 1 for 1, but I don't want to end right. That's a beautiful streak right there. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's I guess that's my 2 cents on it being more painful than Rodgers going down, but it's comparable. It's comparable. So I know this isn't your topic. I wanted to do this over the weekend, but you weren't taking calls because we were talking about all these people are talking about how great the Patriots are going to be this year.
I know. Oh, that's so. I don't.
Okay, so you know me, I'm a numbers guy. So let's just sit here and just shut Allen up, okay? Because for the end of this, So we're going to talk about the Patriots. We're going to talk about Drake May, and we're going to talk about Mike Vrabel. All right.
Sure.
So let's just start out with the Patriots. They're living off of, some of these people are just living off of the old Tom Brady, Bill Belichick high that they had for 20 years and say the Patriots are going to get back to that. Okay. Yeah. But there's nothing that says they will, but they're living off of those coattails. So let's just nix that. That doesn't even count.
Okay.
And everybody's saying how great Drake May is over Justin Fields. Right? I mean, you've heard it. You see,
sure.
Your reporters are saying it. They're all saying how great Drake May is over what Justin Fields is. Okay, so let's just compare the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says we got to wait and see what Justin Fields is, but Drake May is going to just come out.
Yeah.
So let's go back to when the boys were in college. Mm-hmm. Who had a better college year? I mean,
unquestionably, it was Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, right. He was responsible for 2019. He was responsible for 51 touchdowns. Drake May was responsible for 43.
And didn't Justin Fields get to a national championship game? Did Drake May do that? I don't think so.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And so when it comes to just the college, Fields had a better college career, right?
Yes. Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Okay. So now let's go back to Drake May played 13 games last year. So let's go back to the last year that Fields was in Chicago where he played 13 games. So now we have something comparable.
Yeah, sure. That's a fair.
Remember, Drake May is so much better than Justin Fields. That's what I keep hearing.
That's what
remember, Drake May threw for 15 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 2,200 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 6 fumbles.
Oh. God,
in 13 games.
Stat. That's a good number.
Okay, it's six lost fumbles in 13
6
games.
Lost fumbles. That's not even 6 fumbles. That's 6 lost fumbles. Oof.
6 lost fumbles.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So he had 17 touchdowns and 16 turnovers.
Ooh.
Right. This is the great Drake May.
Yeah,
the great Drake May. All right. Justin Fields, who again had horrible coaching, horrible team. Justin Fields had 16 passing touchdowns in 13 games, 9 interceptions. So 1 more touchdown, 1 less interception, 4 rushing touchdowns. So he doubled the rushing touchdowns and only had 4 lost fumbles. And he threw for 2,560 yards. So he threw for 300 more yards.
Mm-hmm.
He had more touchdowns, less turnovers. The only difference is Drake May threw for 66% and Justin Fields threw for 61.5%. Okay. So where's this greatness that all this Drake May talk is coming from? Because, we're going to put all these questions on Justin Fields, but Drake May's the next god. Where's it at? Because statistically, he didn't, right? I mean, there's nothing in those stats that say he did. And Justin Fields shows that it's statistically that he can be better than a Drake May. He already proved it, so that's out of the question. So now let's talk about the coach.
Sure.
We all kind of wanted Mike Vrabel, right?
Yeah, if we're honest, if we're all honest, like let's put it all on the table. Like there are some that did not. For instance, this is a guy
I was
called
not
all the
one of
time. Philium absolutely did not want Vrabel. He was very clear from the beginning. He called in, said, all you guys are drinking the Mike Vrabel Kool-Aid. I'm telling you, I think it would be a mistake. So Philium
I agreed with
from
you.
day one. But I would say a strong majority, and I don't want to include everyone. I'm not saying everyone, but a strong majority was like, yeah. And I would be honest. I was on that train. Wow, that sounded intriguing. Former coach of the year.
Okay, so let's break down.
Made a lot of sense. Go ahead.
Let's break down Mike Vrabel in Tennessee. He inherited a 9-7 team.
Okay.
So they went 9-7 2 years prior to him becoming head coach.
Was Mike Munchak the guy before Vrabel? Who is the what's the history there?
And they went 9-7 2 years before he came in there. All right. So then he went 9-7 for 2 years. So he basically just status quo. He inherited a team and he kept it the same. It took Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry to have career years. The best year that Ryan Tannehill ever had.
Okay, Mike Mularkey was the coach before Vrabel. My apologies, Mike Mularkey. Okay.
The best year that Ryan Tannehill ever had. He had that one spike year.
They went to the NFC Championship game. Yes.
And it took Derrick Henry to have his best career year. Together, your quarterback to have an exceeded his his best career, and Derrick Henry to have his best career to make the playoffs. On top of the Colts were one win away, or they had one extra win, or they would have the Tennessee Titans would have been the only team in that division with a winning record. Houston was horrible, Jacksonville was horrible, and the Colts weren't very good either that year. But they went 9-8 that year, or Tennessee would have been the only team in that division with a winning record. They were in the worst division.
All right.
And when they got to the playoffs, they get smoked. Mm-hmm. And so my next thing is that the team is worse when he left than what it was when he got it. Right?
Interesting. I mean, thought about it that way. That's okay.
Okay. So he went. Then after those two years of playoffs, then he went 7-9 and 6-10 or 6-11, whatever it was. And then look what Tennessee did last year with a new coach. I mean, they were horrible last year. So
number one overall pick. They were awful. Yeah.
He left that team worse than what it was when he inherited it. Is that a sign of a great coach?
Or that he left and they immediately fell apart, right? Wouldn't that be another way?
Well, they only won his last year. They only won 6 games there. So
that's a lot more than the number one pick worthy, right? What did they win, 2 games or something?
Yeah, that's a 4-win difference. That's not that's still you're picking in the top 10.
That's a lot more, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Sure.
You're picking in the top 10. So all this talk of him that he's going to change these Patriots and they're going to win 11 games with a quarterback that's proven on paper not to be as good as a Justin Fields, with a roster that's not as good as the New York Jets.
That's the biggest piece that I think people are underrating, overrating, whatever the word is the roster. last year, the New England Patriots had a consensus bottom 3 roster in the National Football League. We fast forward just 1 year where they couldn't get anyone that they wanted outside of Milton Williams, who they got from the Eagles. Everyone else they tried to get and were rejected. Chris Godwin just came out and said, "Yeah, they offered me 3 years, $90 million." I said, "No, thanks." It went back to the Bucks and took like 20 whatever million. He didn't take anywhere near the 30 million he was offered from the Patriots. And now all of a sudden, oh yeah, 10, 11 game. I'm like, whoa, where's the jump here on roster? We might be projecting too much on Vrabel's ability to fix a lot of the issues. So,
Yeah, they draft one good offensive lineman, Ben Simmons with his T-Rex arms.
Not Ben Simmons. It's
Will
Campbell. Will Campbell.
Campbell. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I don't know where I am. Yeah, that's not going to be the savior of that offensive line.
Yeah.
When you have the Jets returning 4 of the 5 starters, and you have you have 3 number 1 picks on the offensive line, a 2nd round pick and a 3rd round pick on the offensive line, and they want to say the Patriots have a better offensive line. That doesn't even make sense.
Right.
What's their running back, Stevenson or something like that? Oh
yeah, they just drafted the Ohio State kid, Travion Henderson, I believe. So they got Stevenson and the new kid who was in the 2nd round. Yeah.
Yeah, and neither one of those guys are comparable to a Breece Hall, Braylon Allen combo.
I guess we got to see, because like Breece, we haven't seen him at his full flower yet, and then Braylon we've only saw in spurts, so we're projecting on Braylon. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, and so it's all of this is writing the Brady Belichick still. They're still dreaming that, hey, we had it. We can just fall right back into the Brady Belichick. And in all reality, they're more likely to fall back into what the Patriots used to be prior to Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
That perennial loser anyway. And so, I see these guys, and especially we know who on the fake Jets fan that comes in here and who is really a Patriots fan. That's all he talks about is his boy Drake May, but yet Drake May has not proven anything. He didn't prove it in college, and he didn't prove it in his rookie year. And typically, a sophomore slump and as a quarterback is almost guaranteed. You look at what happened to C.J. Stroud. All these new quarterbacks that start right away. That sophomore year, people get more tape on them, and they have a lesser career, a lesser year. It's not like the Peyton Manning. We don't have those guys coming in where they had a bad rookie year and then just turned it around the following year. None of those guys are Peyton Manning type quarterbacks, Andrew Luck type quarterbacks. And so I expect Drake May to have a worse year this year than he did last year. And so if the quarterback's having the new coach, a quarterback that's not going to have that's going to have a lesser season than he did as a rookie, where are these 11 wins coming from? The Jets are. I'm sorry, BG, but the Jets are taking 2nd place and may even compete with Buffalo.
Hey, now
towards the end of the year, there may be 1 or 2 games that could go either way. That when that week 7 or week 18, I guess it is, week 18 comes around, and we're playing is it at Buffalo?
Yes, it's home for Buffalo early. That's a week 2 game. It's road for Buffalo later.
Yeah, the week 18 game, it's at Buffalo, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So that game could come down to, it's actually an important game for both teams. So.
Yeah, right.
That you just watch and see.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think Fields will throw for 30 plus touchdowns.
Give it to me.
And he's only going to run for 5 because he doesn't need to run. With Chicago, he had to run.
It'll be interesting. I think they're going to use him a lot around the red zone, so I think that's where he'll build up a lot more rushing touchdowns. But obviously, to see that 30 plus in the passing, we've only seen that once in Jets franchise history, and
But
unfortunately,
you
that's
look
Ryan
at what
Fitzpatrick. So yeah,
when
I'd
you look at
love
what
to
he
see it.
did, you look at what he did when at Ohio State, his passing touchdowns, that 41 passing touchdowns, a lot of those were in the red zone because they had J.K. Dobbins who was a beast who was running the ball, and
Mhm.
and they didn't know who to stop, so they were trying to stop the run, and a lot of his touchdowns were that 8 to 12 yard because they're going to bring the defense up to stop that run, and boom, he just throws a nice, and that's where he got 41 touchdowns
I
passing
love it. Hey,
because you can't. Yeah,
you don't
so
have to convince me on fuck New England. I'm all aboard that train every year. So
exactly.
yes,
So
I'm in.
for these guys to sit here and say, the Jets are going to win 6, and New England, who was worse last year, is going to win 11, 10, 11 games, they're out of their damn minds. They're out of their minds.
Well, hey, I'd
The
rather
Patriots
it
will
be
be
this
picking
way,
in the top
Easy.
10.
I'd rather it be this way, Easy, where the Patriot fans and all their bullshit hype goes up, and then the higher you are up, the harder you fall. So let's go. I'm all aboard that train. We'll prove it
But
during the
it's
season.
welcome. I'm glad you're back.
Yes,
We've missed our morning BG and our coffee,
yes.
and all that stuff. So you were talking. I'm going to wear the Asman hat so that way you can see it's got the Indy Jets on
Ah,
the
that's so
side. So
cool. That's a nice custom
I'll
piece. I
wear it.
like that.
I'll wear it to the Dallas game. So and
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna
can
have the
just yeah.
binoculars out. Doot, 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 doot. Up, whoop! Is that a green lettering? Indy Jets, booyah! I can't wait,
Maybe
man.
I'll
It's gonna be
maybe
so
we'll
cool.
parachute in or something. What do you
Oh,
think
that'd
of
be
that?
nice. I like that. From 10,000 feet,
But
apparently, he tells me that's a safe place to do it. So wonderful. Yes.
absolutely. All right,
Thanks,
BG.
brother.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Glad you're back.
Yep, appreciate it. Glad to be back. Thank you, Indy. I can't wait. That Jets Cowboys thing is going to be awesome. Again, I want to give a massive salute to Chef Kev for creating a custom menu for this tailgate. It's awesome. I've been talking to Chef. We got it all coming, baby. We got the custom made burgers, the custom made dogs. E80? That coming up as well. Hey, a couple of shout outs here. First off, Lee Van. Boy Greener set the last outing too. It was awesome. So perfect, Lee. So yeah, I will have to meet you. That'll be a discount double check. Terrific. Great. Barbara asking, how's the knee doing? I'm going to be honest. I've been sort of uncomfortable. I've been squirming sitting in this chair, trying to move around. So hopefully it's not bad. Again, I at first when I went crashing down to the canvas in Pittsburgh, I'm like, holy bleep, I just blew out my knee. And then my friends helped me back up to my feet, and I sort of gimped the rest home. And I'm like, okay, that's not bad. And then it didn't swell up massive. So I'm like, okay, maybe it'll be good. And then we started walking the next day. I'm like, holy shit. So I'm hoping nothing, Barbara, but the knee is incredibly sore and it's very uncomfortable sitting in this chair. So hopefully it gets better. We can only hope. But thank you, Barbara, for asking, and everyone else has been asking, by the way. All right, let's go to it. I just mentioned it. Fresh out of the oven. Let's get some fresh Easy. What's up, Easy?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, pal?
I'm driving back from Hillsboro. You know a little bit about. I don't know. Do you know North Carolina at all?
A little
don't
bit.
matter.
I lived in multiple places in South Carolina, but I've driven through North Carolina like a cajillion times.
All right, Hillsboro is a little further west than Durham. That's all it is.
Oh,
It's
okay.
further
No, I
west than
got
Durham.
you. Okay, sure.
It's even a little further west than Chapel Hill. It's before you get to like where 85 and 45 merge. I mean, 85.
Okay.
Interstate 85 and Interstate 40 merge a little bit
Yeah.
past Hillsboro. Just whatever. Anyway, how you doing? How's Pop?
Oh, doing well. It's good to see the kids. It's been a couple of days, so that's very nice. But like I said, it's I'm sure the heat wave's hitting everybody. I haven't paid attention to any of the weather or anything, but it looks like we up here in New York are getting the 120-degree feel-like temperature. So hopefully the heat's not hitting everybody that hard. But not great.
Can you see me and hear me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hit something on the phone because it was on the sun visor, bouncing around too much. So
did you hit a raccoon? What'd you hit? A deer?
No, I had it on the sun visor and was just bouncing around. So
hit
I
something
just
in the
put it
car,
in my
not
hand.
hit something
I'm holding
with
it now.
the car. Ah, I got you now. Yes.
No. The car just bounces around because it's a truck.
Ah, yes.
So
That's a truck.
the
That makes
road's
sense.
rough. See, I'm on the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
See
There
the
you go.
construction on the
Nice.
side. So
Oh,
there
sure.
we go. So anyway,
Okay.
I had we had our little conversation. So I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Well, I just want to say that.
Um,
Well, no,
um,
I don't want to. I won't make it public, but I will definitely be emailing you later, Easy. I want to make a. I'll have another chat with you. We don't have to have it on air, but unless you want to. But no, yeah, I'll definitely be talking to you.
No, well, I'll tell everybody what the thing is, and it's nothing.
Oh,
First off,
sure.
I want to make this disclaimer.
All right.
Boy Green has done an amazing job putting this thing together. Chef Kevin
Yeah, Jets
is going
Cowboys
to
is
do
what
a
you're
great
talking
job.
about, right?
It's
Yeah.
going to be a great time. My thing is, okay,
Yeah.
last time I
Okay.
went up and saw the Jets, I had
Sure.
to go to Jersey and book a hotel anyway for
Yep.
my niece's wedding.
Sure.
So
Yep.
when I went to the Jet game, I sat in 103, which is an end zone seat.
Yep.
And I wasn't a big fan of an end zone seat at all,
Okay.
because most of the time I had to watch the big screen to see what was going on. And I'm just saying, if I knew that these were going to be end zone seats, I probably wouldn't have paid for them if I knew up front. That's all I'm saying. I'm not a big
Sure.
fan of end zone seats. That being said, if someone
Right.
wants my ticket, they can have it. If they don't buy, if nobody buys my ticket, then I'll go. But to go to watch a game at the end zone and spend all that money to come up there because I'm from out of state is not exactly what I was looking forward to. I thought we would probably have a little bit better seats. You know, I didn't think it was going to be end zone. That's the only thing. I'm just not a big fan of end zone seats. And had I known they were end zone seats from the get-go, I wouldn't have bought the ticket. But other than
Sure.
that, you know,
Well,
because
I would just
actually
say this.
section
There's
228B
Yeah.
or 228A is the
Yes.
exact mirror image of section 103. It's the exact opposite side of the field, on the right side of the end zone, on the other side of the field, only it's one row up from where 103 would have been. It's one section up. So
Yeah,
if I
I
wasn't
would
a big
just say-
fan of 103, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
a big fan of 228A.
Perhaps. I would say two things here, Easy. First off, number one, I would say that something you've mentioned on the call several times, and you've said it and it's marinated with me, is every time, because obviously, for people who don't know, if you ever buy group tickets from the Jets, this is my first year ever doing it by myself. When you do it with the Jets, you're sort of at their mercy. You give them the suggestion on where you want to sit. You give them a suggestion on what game you want to do, and sort of at their mercy. The more years that you do it, the higher you go up in the priority, and you can sort of get whatever you want. So just want to throw that out there. But something you kept telling me when I said, they said, hey, Paul, we'll let you on the tickets, but they wanted us to collect the money from everybody, is they said that, we'll put you somewhere around here, which is mezzanine, somewhere in the 200s. That's the inner bowl. For people who don't know. And every time I sort of brought it up, the thing that I loved that you said was, Paul, it doesn't matter where we sit. It's about us all hanging out. It's the ECD in the parking lot. It's the people we're all going to see. And when you kept saying that, I'm like, you're right. I want the seats to be better than the year we had before, but you're right. It's all going to be the people. It's all us meeting each other for the first time or second times if that happens. So when you said that several times in the phone calls in the coming weeks, and that hits.
I think the Jets giving you that. Well, we're going to give you. Basically, this is what the Jets told you. I'm just dissecting it down into this base root element. We're going to give you shit seats. If it comes out good, we'll give you a little better seats next year. And if it comes out good next year, we'll give you a little better seats after that. And my thing would be like, man, you give me shit seats. See ya. You ain't seeing me again. So
well, because of how many. Well,
opposite.
Here's the thing. Well, the Jets
50
have.
tickets.
They get
tickets.
a million. The thing is, that they get a million group people. So if I don't get it, it's not like 50 people aren't going to the game. 50 people are going to the game.
They're just like, fine, next.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll just say 100%.
And to me, and that's the other thing, is that me and you must just we disagree, and that's fine on the seats. End zone seats, I don't mind them at all. I think it's going to be awesome to be right there because obviously touchdowns are going to be on our side, and we're going to have the best seat in the house. And I'll just look across the field when they're on the other side. So to me, I will say the one thing I liked about sitting in section 103
was when Michael Carter intercepted that ball and was running right, like literally right into my lap.
Right, and you would have
I mean,
never
I
had
wasn't-
that moment if you weren't in the end zone.
Yeah, well, JFM took the moment away from us, but that's
Well,
neither here
that's-
nor there.
Yeah. And I would
Hey,
also say
but-
this: the other cool
Any
thing
talk
here.
about
yeah, real
about us
quick.
getting another defender?
Yeah, 1 second. Before you do, I just want
Yeah.
to add one more thing here and just say the cool thing is like you wanted, hey man, can we have more on the menu? And then Chef Kev goes, no problem. And he makes a custom change for it and says, easy.
All right.
We're going to be adding that
I'm going
in.
to say right now, I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going.
Well, that's
I'm
why I
going.
wanted
I'm
to say,
just-
I don't want you to sell your
Yeah.
ticket and regret it. That's why I just wanted you to, like, if you want to do it, hey, there's going to be people that are going to be waiting on the other side, I'm sure. But I'm just saying,
I just
before
didn't-
you do it, I think you might regret it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I did some research and I was starting to look at how much mezzanine seats were from
Yeah.
like the 20 to the 30-yard line area,
yeah.
and they're like $380 a piece.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's
Well,
that's
you
the other part of
also
it.
we're also going to one of the 5 most expensive, one of the top 3
Correct.
expensive jet games this year.
Yes, the most
That's-
expensive, just to share for people who don't know, and I think I said this at the beginning, the most expensive ticket on the Jets books this year is Jets Steelers. If you want to, the normal prices for any Jets ticket for Jets Steelers is more expensive than any other ticket. So if you have the same seat for Jets Steelers that you have for, let's say, Jets Panthers, the price for Jets Panthers is far cheaper. They pick which games are most expensive. The Cowboys game that we picked, and I obviously I didn't know this beforehand, but I
It's a
assume
very
because they're the
expensive
Cowboys,
game.
it's the second most expensive seat on the entire calendar.
Exactly.
That is correct.
Because
But I don't want to go to Jets Panthers. Like, to be honest, to be candid, I'm glad no one voted for that one. Like, Jets Panthers.
I would have
don't-
loved to see that though, because
Well,
it would
see,
have
there
been
you
more
go.
likely that we get to see a win.
Oh,
It's gonna be a
see,
tougher
you and
game.
Woody are in the same way. I totally disagree. You and Woody are exactly in the same way. Like, oh man, I want to go to a win. I don't want to go to a
from North
loss.
Carolina. Who the hell wants to travel 500 miles and see them lose?
But that's the thing I don't get. To me,
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like
part of the
with
thing.
yeah, no, but to
They
me,
have a chance of
and-
winning
and
this game though, because I'm
right,
not
and
big
I don't,
high on
and
Dallas.
I don't mean this. I don't want you or anyone else that has this perspective to take this take offense to what I'm about to say. I think when people say that, that's a loser mentality. Any given Sunday, what, we're just going to roll over and die against the Cowboys? That doesn't make any. What have the
That's
Cowboys
true.
done
Who
that makes
expected?
us think? The Eagles, week 6, when Chef Kev went and had that crazy moment on Instagram that we shared on the show, and the Jets beat
Who
them.
expected
How
Mike
cool was
White
that?
to light
Who
up
had
the
that?
Bengal? Who?
Sure.
Yeah, and who expected
That's
Mike
what I
White
mean,
to
but
light
that's
up the
why you go to the
Bengals?
games. Yeah, I don't the thing of like, boy, I don't want to go to this game because they might lose. Woody said the same thing, and I'm like, what are you talking about, man? No, you go to a great game, and it's not like the Cowboys are going to automatically destroy us 45-0. I don't see it that way at all.
Yeah. No, they're not going to. The Cowboys suck.
Well, then
You
what
know,
are we
in
talking
deference, in
about?
deference to your dad, listen, I think, one thing, tell your dad the jersey he probably should wear is the Keyshawn Johnson one, because it's got
so
some jet
it plays
ties.
for both. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's what he should wear. He should wear
All right.
his Keyshawn. I'm
I'll let him know that.
probably gonna wear. I'm probably gonna wear my Kenny O'Brien because it's number 7.
Yeah.
See,
Okay, I like that one.
you got, hello?
Yeah, we got you. Sorry, you broke
Hold
up
on,
there
let me-
for a
let me
second.
s- I'm blocking the signal.
Okay.
Can you hear me better now? I'm probably
Yes.
gonna wear my Kenny O'Brien shirt because
Okay,
it's number
great.
7, and it'll help Fields out or whatever.
So
also, it's an
so
autographed jersey, so I love it.
so just to confirm, Easy, you're in.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. I think you're gonna love the time. You're gonna get to meet Chef Kev.
I
You're
kn-
gonna get to meet
that-
everybody. I
that
think it's
no
gonna be a
doubt.
wonderful time.
I had no doubt. It was just I was just like, damn, fucking end zone seats, man. They're just not though. I just wish sometimes that the football teams would start out the newer groups going on a little bit better thing,
Hey, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Easy, and you answer this honestly. Okay, so here were the 2
I will.
choices from the Jets. Okay, so here are the 2 choices they gave me from the Jets. It was 200s, you didn't know where they were, or 300s, and
Yeah.
you're at the 50-yard line at the top of the stadium. Which would you have preferred?
I'd have taken that.
Okay, see,
I
there you
would've.
go.
I'd have taken
There you
I'd
go.
have taken 300s on the 50. because you can see the thing I like about that is, all right, you're up in the nosebleeds a little bit, but you can see the whole field. You can see the play develop. You can see, you can see
That's
the motion.
true, but then
you're not
to
blinded
me, I
by,
think
by
you're
stuff.
watching it from
when
home,
you're watching
though.
it.
When you're
But
when you're in the
you're watching
300s
the
on the
all
top of
20
the stadium, you're just watching the game like I'm watching the TV. That's how I'm watching it. When you're in the
No, you're
200s,
still
you're
at the game.
in the
No.
action.
You're still at the fucking game though. When you're in the end zone, you're watching like all 22 film.
I
You know what I'm
guess.
saying? It's like you're watching the 22. Now, it's good when the Jets their butts are facing you because you can see the motion and you can see the handoffs and stuff. But when the Jets are on the opposite side of the field, you really can't see shit. And that's why I had to watch most of the game off the view screens because you can't really. I mean, I watched it live, but then
Sure.
I had to see what actually happened. I had to go and look at the screen, and I was like, "Man, for $30, I could just drive to the Jet Pub and sit down at the table and watch a screen." That's
Sure.
but you got.
I would say
I
one
won't
more
be able to
one
meet
more thing
everybody.
on
I
this.
won't be able to see Chef Kevin and all that. It's just the end zone seats kind of turned me off a little. Even if we were on the 10-yard line, that would have been better for me. But
Yeah, and like I said, I just want to say this one more time. At the beginning of this, as we were doing some brainstorming, I think the thing that people have to factor in of what's most important is if you want 50-yard line seats, front row or something, we could do that. But that's going to be $1,200, $1,500 seats.
$1,500 a pop. Yeah,
And that's what I'm
'cause the
saying. So
Dallas
that's what
game is
people
the
just
second
have to
highest home
decide
game.
on what's most important.
No.
That's all I'm saying. So if people want that next year, okay, we might have a lot less than 50 people, but that's just the only thing. That's the only thing I would add.
Listen, $1,500 is a rent payment for a lot of people. 3-hour
Right,
game
exactly.
is not worth. 3-hour game is not, well, actually 6-hour game. A 6-hour game is not worth some people's rent checks.
Right.
But everybody has their own priorities.
100%. And so
I
appreciate
want to
it.
talk football quick before you give
okay.
someone else a shot on the thing.
Sure.
Have you heard anything from anybody who knows anything about the Jets on whether they're going to try to get like another defensive lineman to supplement this, or are they going to wait till the waiver wire?
Probably waiver wire, if I'm being honest.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if it hasn't happened
All
yet,
right.
why would it suddenly happen? That would surprise me.
Well, sometimes things develop. Sometimes,
yeah, sure, things could develop, I guess, but yeah.
And I would love for them to try to get Clowney.
Yes.
Just in case JJ's not ready.
I agree.
Really think you got to be proactive, and I don't think Clowney is going to charge an arm and a leg this year. I just
maybe
don't
not.
think so.
I don't know. He's been a mercenary in the past, but maybe he has a different perspective. I'm not sure.
Anyway, I got to go. I got to look at my phone. My boss sent me a text.
That's all right. Easy. Thanks for the call, pal. And thanks for the honesty. So here, a few things I just want to say now that we've had that here is exactly what Luca said here. For everyone, I want to be as straight and transparent as possible for Jets tickets because we have a lot of group people, right? Jake Asman's doing a group rate, Jets Media is doing a group rate, and I want to lay all the cards on the table because I think that's very important. When you do a group rate through the Jets, here are the perks of doing a group rate through the Jets. Some of you guys may not know this if you've never done this out in the universe. If you do a group rate, like I'm doing a group rate, like so I'm buying all these tickets and then we're doling them out to all you guys. When you buy a group rate, you get no ticket fees, okay, no tax. You get neither of those things when you buy a group rate, even if you're buying a group rate for the first time. So avoid the ticket fees and tax, which is unbelievable. Think about how much more that would cost for the seats, number one. In addition to that, you also get the tickets at a discount. You get them cheaper than the public gets them if you get it through a group rate. That's truth. And while I was weighing this, and I'm just going to lay all the cards on the table. Last year, Lee Van knows this. He was with us. Last year, we did a whole group rate. Shout out to Nick Shine. We did it. And the seats were as far back as you could go all the way at the top. And you heard it here from Lee Van. Last year, we were literally in the last row. Good view, good time. We had an awesome time. Me and Woody were dancing up there. The game was incredible. It was awesome. It was all the way up there in the 300s, as high as you could go. But after that, we enjoyed our time, and I agree with Lee. It was awesome. The experience was awesome. It was amazing. We got to see a lot of plays. After that game was over, a few people came up to me and said, "Hey, Paul, if you do this again, boy, I'd love better seats." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. How much better?" Because again, it's all relative. We could get front row seats all the way on the field, but obviously it's going to cost a lot more. And people said, just better. So my goal this year, when I reach out to the Jets, said, I want to do this. And Woody jumps in. Everyone wants to do this. I'm like, I want 200s, man. 200s is guaranteed to be better because 300s, I don't know exactly where they're going to play us, but 200s is automatically better than 300s. So give me 200s. That was a big piece that was very important to me. And when the Jets called and said, Paul, we got you 200 to the edge, I'm like, frick yeah, phenomenal. I'm like, this is great. Which again, we'll throw it up here on the screen. I said, this is amazing. That's exactly. And I was a little worried because Jets Cowboys a popular game. Here you go. If you're watching on the screen, the left side of the screen is the entire seating chart for the entire stadium. Right side of the screen is a zoomed in photo of where we're sitting. It is 228A. And yes, it is technically end zone seating. That's where you're sitting. About, what would you call that? Right side of your screen, 228A. So take that in. And to me, so easy. I told you guys, our other choice was 50-yard line, but all the way at the top in 300s. And I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to be sitting back up in the 300s. I don't care if it's 50-yard line. I want to be closer to the action. I think 200 would be great. But again, I tried to be as transparent as possible with the ticket process, guys. This is how it works from the Jets. When you just start out in a group rate, you don't get to just say, hey, 50-yard line, give them to me. They're selected for the group rates, and whoever's been with a group longer, if you've been doing a group thing for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, you get anything that you want. When you're first year, you have to wait your turn, and that's what happened. I'm very happy with the seats. I'm sorry if anyone is displeased with the end zone seats. I apologize. It sounds like Easy's changed his mind and he's coming. I hope all you guys enjoy. I worked really hard to hopefully give you guys really good seats. I was really happy with them. If some of you are not out there, I apologize. And I hope I could do even better next year. That's my hope. So yeah, I think it's going to be a great time. I can't wait to see Chef Kev. I can't wait to see the people. And yeah, so like I said, I hope you guys enjoy the time. Me and Woody are working really hard on the party that's going to be in the parking lot with Chef Kev catering all the food. We've been talking about it for months of how we want to set things up, games to bring, fun activities to do. So I hope you guys really enjoy it and have a really good time. So yes, so that's good. Barbara, good question. Are we covered? That's something I'm less certain of. I don't know with the stadium. That's beyond my pay grade, but I'll try to look into that and ask. I wouldn't know. Yeah, I don't know. I will double check that, Barbara, because I did go to a Jets Ravens game week 1 a couple of years ago, and we were exactly not covered. We were one row in front of the cover, and me and my fiance and children were rained upon, and I'm like, sorry. So sorry. So that one felt bad about, but there you go. So yeah. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really excited. I just really hope you guys have a good time. It means a lot to me. I take a lot of pride in this. I told everybody last year that said, hey, Paul, could we do it and get even better seats? I promised each and every person that if I'm only going to do this, if we could do it right. If I don't think I can pull it off, I don't want to do it because I don't want to do it shitty. I want to do it right. So I take a lot of pride in it, and I hope it's a great time for all of you guys. I hope it's a great time for all you guys. So thank you guys so much for the 50 people that are coming, and I hope you guys enjoy the heck out of them. So thank you kindly, and thank you guys for all the support. Well, with that being said, there's no better way to end the show there. Thank you, everybody. It's great to be back. Oh, wait, we're getting a call in, so let's squeeze in another one here. All right, we got our boy Floor Lily, baby. Yeah, let's go. What's going on?
Morning. Hope your weekend was fun. I heard that's a great stadium, is it?
Oh, my God. I got to tell you, and I said this on a couple of the shows, and to shout out to my radio partner, he was such a stickler on the seats. Speaking of sticklers on seats, Full circle.
Yeah.
Speaking of, so I said, me and my buddies were a bunch of. It was me. I was going to say me and all my college buddies. No, they're far younger. I'm old. But we all said like, oh, we don't give a shit. If it's anywhere in the stadium, that's cool. So pick the cheapest thing. We're cool. It's like we don't give a shit about the Pirates. It's just sort of the experience. And my
Yeah.
radio partner, who's been to Pittsburgh 100 times, said, no. The seats matter. And we're like, all right, whatever you decide, man, that's cool. And he picked these seats. It was like to the left of home base. We're in the, I don't even remember, we're at 200s, I think. But the seats he picked were looking toward the outfield, and we saw like the skyline and all, and it's like an unbelievable view. And he picked a game that had fireworks. So I took a whole video. I'll have to post some of them here so you guys could see them. It was like 12 minutes of fireworks, but the end was exceptional. And that with the skyline and everything, you're like, holy freaking crap. It didn't even matter the Pirates lost because, again, no skin in that game.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
irrelevant.
whoa. Oh, man, that park everyone has to see. Absolutely brilliant. The baseball in it sucks, but, all the other stuff's pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard it's a beautiful stadium. It's on my bucket list. I'm a huge baseball
Yeah.
fan, so I'd like to try
Yeah.
to get to a lot of the stadiums. I just wanted to call in because I wanted to say something about the seats for the Jet game. I'm
Yeah.
actually in the old Giant Stadium when the Jets
Mhm.
played at the Meadowlands, called the Giant Stadium.
Yep.
The seats in the upper deck, which I've sat in, were fine. They were
Mhm.
fine. They were good seats. At MetLife, you don't want 300 seats in the last row, man. It's just the stadium's built differently. So I think I'd prefer not being in the end zone, not saying it, and I have been in the past though. I think you made the right decision, and I think that I mean just being way up in the 300s, I didn't think it was a good idea. The other thing I wanted to mention now, I don't know
Sure.
if you looked into this or not, because I looked into this with my company because we had a
Yeah.
bunch of people who wanted to go to a Jet game,
Mhm.
getting a box. Now, I don't know how many people you
Oh.
have, but have different size boxes, and sometimes like it's not as expensive as you think it is to rent the box for next year, just for something to look
I'll
into.
tell you this. So I want to have this conversation for you because I'd love to hear it from you as another one. Something the Jets have offered. I don't know how long it's been around, so I may sound dumb saying this. They have something called like the Flight Club or something, and it's sort of
Yeah,
you have access to food and drink, a
yeah,
bar,
yeah,
and stuff like that, and then you could come out and watch the game, but no assigned seats. It's sort of like a balcony, and you all can just sort of hover by the glass and look out to the game.
yeah.
And I heard some people were like, "Oh man, super cool," and I'm like, "What? I'm not gonna have a seat to watch a game?" And I'm like, "No,
It
no
depends.
interest."
It really depends on what
Yeah,
you want to do. It depends how
that's
comfortable you
true.
want to be. It depends if you want to be inside or outside. So I think
True.
that's I think that's inside, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
The flight thing you just mentioned.
yeah.
But
I'll have to look. Yeah.
it's a different type of experience, and it's just how much you want to pay and what you want to get
Mhm.
out of it. But again, I think the whole. I mean, I can't go like I said because I think
Right.
I'm going to
Of
the
course.
London game or
Right.
something.
Right.
But I'm hopefully going to the London game.
Yeah.
But to me, it's all about. I would love to be there and just meet everybody. To be honest with you, but
Yeah.
that's the experience you guys are having. And yeah, I just again, I think you made the right decision. But you'll see how the tickets
And,
are when you
and,
get
and
there.
that's what I'll say because that's what the Jets said. So, right, you have to pick how much you want to spend. And then they say, well, these two things we're about to tell you are the same price. I said, okay. They said
Yeah.
mezzanine, inner bowl, and we'll get back to you. Or 50-yard line up there. And I'm like, up there. I'm like,
I've had friends. Yeah, my brother sat up there a couple times with his buddy,
yeah,
and I have a friend of mine who had season tickets to the Giants way up there, and he
yeah.
got rid of them. They were just if the stadium's not the same. That stadium is. I've been. I don't know if you were ever at the old stadium when it
I don't
was
think
called
so,
Giant
actually.
Stadium.
No,
Um,
right. I couldn't have been because we didn't live here yet. So no, I was still down
Okay,
south.
that
So right.
stadium was a great stadium to watch a football game in. This
Mm-hmm.
stadium, in my opinion, is it's outdated. It was outdated the day it was built. It's just not a good football stadium. And
Yeah.
considering it costs $1.8 billion, I mean, you come to Arlington over here, and to that other team your father likes.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah. I've
phenomenal
been there.
stadium.
Oh,
I mean, that's a phenomenal stadium. I have to
what
give
a
it to Jack.
stadium. Me and my dad went. So he had been like for a tour. He accidentally snuck in on a tour once and he got to
Yeah,
see the whole stadium. And then we went for the week 2 Jets Cowboys. Come on. I'm a Jets guy, but I went, holy shit. Like,
yeah.
look at this
It's
palace.
no,
Oh,
that's a great stadium, and it only costs $1 billion. So it's kind of like
yeah. I don't know how the math
we're
works on that. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of bizarre. Got the what they call mafia tax, I guess, in New York.
That's right.
Did
That's
I say that
exactly
out
it.
loud? Sorry, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Anyway, well, glad you had a great weekend. Hope your knees are right, and take care. Have a
Thanks,
good one.
man. Thanks for the
Bye.
call. Appreciate it. Yeah. Like I said, for a lot of this, we try to have open conversations. And hey, I'll try to do what I want to do with this is I want to do a better job before I sign off and have to run to the radio station. I only get to say that this week. Then I don't have to say that anymore. So sort of guys enjoy me saying that at the end of shows because my new studio will be here for the radio show. So take that. But I would just say this. I want to do the best job that I can. So what I'll try to do a better job of next year is I hope that we do this every year for many years to come. The thing I will try to do, like I said, a better job of is checking in with everybody that wants to go ahead of time and say, hey, where do you guys want these seats? And I'll try to do a poll. Now, here's the thing, unfortunately, right? I can't put up a Twitter poll. Random people can vote on that. My YouTube poll, I guess I could try to get the most of you guys that are in there. So, and that's sort of what we did, to be honest. I tried to do YouTube polls, Discord polls, and it's an inexact science, but try to combine them as much as possible. Woody had some other ideas for other ways that we could try to poll in the future because I want to try to give you guys exactly what you're looking for. So hopefully we can do that. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the calls. And hey, baby, it's going to be a wonderful time. Week 5, Sunday, October 5th. Again, a lot more event details to come. And yes, our seats will be 228A. And again, details to come where you guys will get those tickets sent to your email in the very near future where you can add those to your wallet ahead of time. That more information to come over the coming month. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to the 400 people live on the show. Like the video, hit subscribe. Shout out to the people that listen after the fact or the audio-only version. And we will be back tomorrow for another edition of Boy Green Daily. God bless. Take care, everybody.